Jimmy's Jam Box. Keep jamming.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jam Box. We're back at it again, and we're going to get on into it. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. With that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. Here is today's guests.
I'm Hooliganjewls.
I am Fool.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Now,
Yes, sir.
you both have been on the show before. Thank you so much for coming back. Super excited to have you all on here. We brought you on the show today to talk about Fooligan, the newest album put together by the two of y'all.
Sir.
And as you might remember, way back when, this show did a little thing where they would where it would listen to some music and then talk about it for a second. So I've got a couple notes if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'd like to open up the show with it.
do
Okay,
it.
so first of all, it was a vibe. Like
Oh yeah.
just it the second I heard it, I was like, yep. It sounds exactly like y'all. I thought it was just awesome how like put together it was crispy. There was like a not like a sharpness, but like a brightness to it. It felt really like easy to listen to, easy to latch on to. You didn't have to like put in the effort to like really hear what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was really musical, especially like, I mean, obviously on your end, as, you know, but like coming from you, there were a lot of moments where I heard, I was like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
wow, like just really cool stuff. Cause fun fact, I really only know your music from live,
Yeah.
from your time on the show and from like live shows and things like that. So
Mhm.
like I hadn't had a chance to hear a lot of the songs you had performed
Right.
recorded. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, so it was really cool to get to see that image. And I like that it was fun. The skits were enjoyable. It was very like modern Met classic, especially on the beat end. It felt very like, it felt comfortable, but it didn't feel dated.
Mhm.
So that was, those were just my thoughts on the album, you guys.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. But before we dive into it officially, I'm sure everybody would love to know, how did you two meet initially?
Whew. It's kind of like we met twice. Oh,
Yeah.
like for the first time technically. It was
How
weird.
does that work? Mathematically, let's look past that.
So like I was living with my girl at her mom's house
Mhm.
way back when, and I was young, but probably like freshly 18. And I had a friend that was over there smoking with me all the time. He came, picked me up, whatever. We were hanging out. Somebody dropped him off at my house. We were smoking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have the homegirl come over. She's gonna pick us up. Her and her boyfriend. We're gonna go smoke with them." It's like, cool. Behold, it's Jack and his ex at the time, or yeah, his ex now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they picked us up. We went and smoked. We hung out, but we didn't really talk. The only thing me and him talked about was like we skated.
Oh,
He didn't
Yeah,
smoke.
I didn't smoke at the time.
So he
okay.
was
I
just
get
sitting in
scared.
there.
Oh yeah, he's just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then you want to talk about how else we met?
The official time.
Well, I remember when at the like, I think it was like before we met at like the skate park. Like I'd see you all the time
Mm-hmm.
around the mall and shit because I was working at Zoomies.
Mm-hmm.
But then like we officially met again and like actually like started talking and shit at the skate park. But I don't
Okay.
remember exactly when that was. But
Shout out VNC.
yep,
That's my home.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
was
And then
Few
do y'all
years ago.
remember the first track that you made together?
Yeah. Pull your card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
second track on Mama's Boy. It's my
Yeah.
first tape.
Hell yeah. And what was that like? Like just kind of like how did y'all know that you were like, how did you know it was going to work? I guess.
We didn't.
we just kind of I just threw together a beat really quick. It took me like 20 minutes to come up with it. He like mentioned some stuff that like some stuff he wanted like incorporated with it. And I was just like, let's try this out.
See what happens.
It's
Yeah.
really minimalist, so and I wanted him to spit on it.
It was-
he did his shit on it.
It was weird too, because like it was like perfect. Because like I don't know, at that time I was just getting out of all my bullshit and kind of like starting to go to the skate park and shit, just trying to like get outside more because I'd stayed inside for so long. I had to like duck a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like having people at my house at all. I didn't like letting people know where I lived, nothing. Jack was like, yeah, let me come over. We'll make music. And in my head, I'm
The
like,
true like nerdy producer approach. Just no, I'll just be right there.
yeah. So I was like,
I feel that one deep in my soul.
I'm sitting there like, do I let this man come over? And then I was like, fuck it. He seems cool. And so, yeah,
I could probably beat him up. No.
no, it wasn't.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true.
But no, he came over. It was a good time. We were in my garage, my parents' garage. I was staying in their garage at the time, me and my girl. And yeah, we made it in the corner on like some shitty mic.
Hell yeah.
Worked perfectly though.
I don't feel like your first time making music with somebody in the early stages can ever be on like nice stuff. You know what I mean? It's got to like, it's not a good origin story if you're like, yeah, we started with U87s.
That
you know what I mean?
song, so it still goes so hard though. Like it's out on Spotify. It does numbers. It's people fuck with it. I was like, damn, bro, off that mic in my garage. Okay,
it's still one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I think,
a lot of people. That's the first song that like my uncle came to me and was like, damn, bro, you need to do this song live. You need to get shows just to do this song. This song will fucking make people go crazy.
See, and there it is.
And we're still performing it.
I guess you could say that's how y'all knew that this was going to work.
Yeah.
Now we're going to start transitioning towards talking about the album, but we're going to go surface level and inwards. And let's talk about just kind of the timeline. How long did it take to make Fooligan? And I mean, I'd ask how y'all picked the name, but like we can assume that.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, we had picked that. There is a thing behind that name because there's like it was our name, right? But the reason we named the album that, I swear to God, the reason I at least was like, yeah, that's the name. He has it tattooed on his leg. Like that's on the cover. That's a real tattoo. That's Jack's leg.
You can show it for the show.
I can. Do I stand up?
You might have to. Yeah. Let's hold on. We're gonna push a couple technical buttons here so we can make sure we're seeing everything correctly, y'all. Boom, we got it. All right, we got it. Fuck yeah.
No, but that was after my. It was supposed to be my first show. My first show got canceled, and it was like years ago. And then 2 years ago type shit. And yeah, we went to a party and some girl was giving free tattoos, and Jack was like, "I'll get Fooligan. Let's do it."
Boom.
Somebody else, another homie that I don't really fuck with, but. That fool, I don't even fuck with that fool anymore. He got my name on him. On his leg has Hooligan on his name. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's bold stuff right there.
Yeah.
It was funny. Cool. It was funny too, because I got that tattoo like probably like a solid year before we even like came up with the name of the album and everything.
Yeah.
I just
but that's kind of what decided it for me.
Yeah. That's what decided it for me too, because that
it was like he having the tattoo. I was like, yeah, it's dope.
Hey, I don't know if you guys ever got to see it on the show, but I feel
you.
You.
Okay.
I feel you. Yeah.
See,
shout out to Zay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Zay fucking. Holy sh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's amazing.
Zay, big fan of that.
My dog. I love you, Zay.
Yeah.
I'm going and working at his shop on Friday the 13th.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm rapping trays.
Hell yeah. All right, but let's get back to the question.
Yeah,
how long did it take y'all to put Fooligan together? Like just like rough take. Like was it like
probably like the start to like when we finished the last song. It was in like the span of like a couple months, I think.
Okay.
It wasn't super long.
5 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely have like I look at my beats like on the file and there's shit that spans out quite a bit. So
yeah. Okay.
I went through a little like thing where I was only dropping singles and stuff, and then I went and like just didn't do shit for a few months, didn't drop anything. It was like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna work on the album.
Gotcha.
It didn't take too long. We worked quick. It was more about getting in the studio.
This dude does everything first goddamn take.
Nah, but like it was about getting in the studio. Like it was like, just like we have shit. If he sends me a beat, it's written, done in 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So if we had the studio time, we'd be putting shit out like crazy. Yeah. But yeah, it's more about that. So that's what took time.
No, I feel that. Now take us through your guys' process of like working together. Like when it comes, is it very just like he makes beat, you work on beat? Do you like sit in the rooms together? Do you have like take us through like the intermingling between you two and making a track at a time?
For most of the beats I made on the album, or I think it might have been all of them except for the interlude, I made them by myself and I just sent it to him. I don't think we made any beats really like in the same room together.
Okay.
But
the interlude.
yeah,
That's about it.
Mhm.
He needs his time to work on his beats.
Fair.
I work better alone for sure.
He
That's fair.
does. Half of it, I mean, like he sits there. Like if I'll be sitting there writing, he'll listen to it, and I'll ask him like, "Hey, you know, do you like this? Do you think this sounds good?" I try to get him to give me more feedback lately too, just because.
Yeah.
Especially like if I'm in the studio, I'll ask him like, "Do I need to retake that and stuff like that?" Because I just trust his opinion more than most people. So
I feel that.
that's he had part in a lot of that.
I mean, I think it's good if the person who makes the beats kind of sits in the room. If
He's at every session.
Yeah, just if not just because then they're going to get to know your way of creating a little bit better too, which I think is good. It's such an overlooked part to be a part of people's processes, to like understand how they think of things. Like it's not to say you should like linger, you know, if you work better without a person in the room to cook, then that's how it's done. But like
I annoy him when I'll be sitting there while he's working. I'm like taking dabs and shit.
yeah, see, that's definitely the like when the drummer's trying to do something and all the guitar players like, blah, you're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, all right, now, and then on your album, you have 2 features, which I think is an interesting take. Only 2 on a 13-track album. Solid choice. But what was that like? Like, did you send stuff to them and they sent you stuff back? Did you know them and have them come in? Like,
the one feature is literally a voicemail. It's just Donnie's voicemail, which I got that a day or 2 before we dropped the album. It was not planned to go on there at all.
Oh, okay.
And then I'd sent him, which shout out Donnie, shout out Etwa. I fucking love you. He's like my brother, but I sent that fool Suddenly I See before a lot of people, and he was bumping it every fucking day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like texting me consistently, like, I love this song. I love this song. Called me. I didn't answer. It's 2 a.m. Called me 2 a.m. I'm asleep. I wake up to a voicemail from Donnie talking about, hey, bro, I'm drunk right now. I just want to tell you I'm listening to Suddenly I See, and I love this song. You made something that's truly special to me. I love you, bro. I love this song. You made something that means a lot to me personally, and that's amazing. Like, just some real words that made me, like, feel, because, like, at that time, like, yeah, we were going to put out the album, but I wasn't feeling like, okay, this is complete, you know, like, this is done. Like, I was still having my shit. He sent me that, and I was like, all right, I'm ready. And then, yeah, I put it on there because right before Suddenly I See. So it's like an opening. And
it's a really powerful message.
Yeah, no, he gave me a lot of, like, confidence in a state, I guess. Like, and then my brother is the other feature. So Baby Buddha,
okay,
that's my little brother, my, like, blood brother.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's 16 years old. He was 15 when he recorded that. It's the first song he's ever been on. It's the first song he ever tried to do. He got in there, did it in fucking 2 takes.
Bam.
Done. Just
he takes after his big brother.
Crazy as fuck. I was like, bro, what the hell? Because he tells me, like, I don't want to rap. I'm not a rapper. And then he does that. I'm like, you have to now.
Yeah, you're like, you kind of are.
But yeah, no, I figured if anybody's gonna go on that tape rapping, it's gonna be, because it was supposed to be just me and him, strictly me and him. And then I was like, if anybody's going on here, it's gonna be my little brother.
Yeah.
Just because, like, he's really not a rapper. You know, it's like that he just wanted to do that for fun. It was more you know, I haven't always been the best big brother, to be real with you. You know, in the past, I wasn't always the best brother at all. Was never really a good role model, anything like that. So to be able to take him in the studio and, like, sit down and be like, hey, let's do this together, and, like, give him that experience, it was like, all right, yeah, this is going on the album, because it meant a lot to me personally, like, that time with him and, like, showing him, like, for him to be excited, I guess, about, like, oh, I get to do something with my brother that's not, like, I'm not disappointed to be doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
so,
I dig that.
Yeah, that's how the features came about.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And now, one thing I noticed for the album in particular is that it has a really good arrangement. Like it's got a really good rise, a really good fall. Like the way that it moves every time you're like getting settled with something, it kind of brings you something new. But it starts strong and it ends strong. What was your approach to that? Like did it just happen to be that way? Did you put some thought into it? How did the arrangement come about?
I didn't put any thought to it personally.
That
I
was
don't know about you.
well, I mean, I feel like I sent you the list that I wanted to do.
Mhm.
We ended up talking about it because that's like kind of, I think you just agreed. I think you were just down with what I wanted. I don't remember though.
I can't remember either, to be honest.
I do remember like putting some thought into it and being like, of course, Lemon Pepper needs to start it just because I literally say there's a whole tape, me and this fool, one damn fool, let's get right into it, whatever. And then
was definitely gonna be
yeah,
finale.
don't come back to me was gonna be the end for sure. I recorded Don't Come Back to Me before I recorded anything on that tape. I recorded the end song before anything. And right when I recorded it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna end on my tape. Like I knew it. Just because of the way it like it's a really powerful fucking beat. So like I don't know, I just really had to like end it out with that. And then everything else kind of just came about naturally. I knew I wanted to put the interlude somewhere towards the end so that way it'd get people kind of like in their feelings a little more before that ending part because I really wanted it to hit home for people. I didn't want them to go from like some hype shit to like, oh, this is like the message of everything at the end of this. Cause like the Don't Come Back to Me was like kind of the message of Fooligan of like, all right, so we're doing our thing. All these people that we, you know, came in contact with that it's gone bad or whatever, all the people that have stayed solid, everything, it's like, if you hated, don't come back. We're doing our thing now. We're putting in our work. If you want to do that, don't come back. That's the whole thing about Fooligan. It was like ending out an era of like, we're done. We're on to better shit.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to work harder. And so, yeah, that song, like, I don't know, everything came about perfectly because like that whole tape, every song on there will relate to each other. Like you can, if you really listen to it, every song has something to do with the next song or the song before.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of naturally played out.
And that's kind of why I wanted to ask the question. Cause like I said, it has, I mean, now it sounds like even just kind of naturally in a sense, there's a really like the way that it starts in the beginning. It's just like, it's really light. It's really airy. It kind of brings you into the sound and then it like kind of ramps up a little bit. And then it just like, whew, this heavy, and I'm sorry, I haven't memorized the songs on it.
No, you're good.
Like right in the middle, there's that one song where the beat just gets real like thick.
Yeah.
And from
It's,
say it starts with a D, but don't quote me on that.
it might be Use Your Heart.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll pull out phones for this one. It's not like I don't have it very near in my Spotify. Oh, except for Very Angry Music before that. Do My Thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That was the moment. And that's, like I said, strategically, even whether, you know, y'all did this or not, strategically, that was such a good spot to put that because it is a paradigm shift in the album. It's suddenly a very different sound. It doesn't sound like a different like collaboration,
no, but it's like versatility.
Yeah. Like for that's the moment where it goes from just that like kind of like that almost like, you know, for some reason, the first half of it really kept making me think of Skilo.
Okay.
And so like, that's just what I kept running back to for the first half. But like, it went from that feel to that. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I can feel this now. And then it kind of, from there, it kind of blends in and out of these like heavier tones and then like softer ones.
Well, see, I feel like it does kind of represent which I didn't even necessarily mean to do it, but I've thought about it before. But I feel like the whole album does represent like our like journey necessarily, I guess, like from where we started of everything was very good. Like we were like, oh my God, we're going up. I mean, when Mama's Boy dropped, I put no promotion. It was like, we're just going to put music out, see how this goes.
Yeah.
Drop a tape. Fuck. Goes hits 11K on Spotify. I'm like, whoa, you know, we freaked the fuck out. And so it was like, okay, we going up, whatever, like with like Lemon Pepper. And then everything slowly like, cool, like we're moving on. And then, yeah, like you said, with Do My Thing, which is funny because with Do My Thing, there's certain people in there that are talked about, and that has to do with like in the middle of our shit, everything started getting well. Like we had a skate park show and stuff, and then boom, some shit happened, and we kind of I was pretty angry for a little while about stuff, and I was having a hard time with music, and he definitely was feeling that too. And then when we hit some other shit, I gained some compassion, which is like where I feel like the interlude and stuff comes in. And then now we've just kind of been on some like serious, like, okay, fuck all this other stuff. All we can do is work and make sure that we're solid. Let's just do that. And that's kind of like, don't come back to me. But it does like lead our journey well with that like it matches up really well. I feel like it's weird. I didn't even intentionally do that.
Well, you did good.
Thank you.
All right, now I've got one last question to wrap up the focus on the album here, and I'll have you both answer this once independently, but it's two answers. Out of the whole album, what was your favorite beat, and what was your favorite verse?
First.
I'm gonna go Use Your Heart for both answers.
Okay.
Ooh.
Or maybe
Ooh.
not. Oh, so Use Your Heart is probably my favorite beat on there.
Mhm.
I really like the beat on that one.
I do love that beat.
That sample that I got from there was I love that sample. I think that's a good question. Maybe Lemon Pepper. Just the way you come in on that second verse is fucking fire. But I think
Big step up. Yeah, I feel that.
I think my favorite hook though is probably on Do My Thing though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was hoping you'd say something. He'd be like, yeah, I could just say that too.
My favorite beats on Care About.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
The Need To flip was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like when he showed me that, it had me tripping out.
I forgot about that one actually.
Yeah. And then my favorite like verse on the interlude, for sure. The interlude meant a lot to me.
Hell
That one
yeah.
was really hard to get out and like do, but it flew out just real well at the same time. Favorite hook, Lemon Pepper,
Bet.
for sure.
I might change my verse answer to Care About. I don't know why I forgot about that fucking song.
If there's something you care
I
about,
don't know
I'm saying
why I
that you
forgot about that
need
one.
to, but just hear me out.
I obviously I haven't had enough time to listen to the album enough times to have as many parts separated like you do, but I really liked Reminisce.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that one.
like
I
that.
appreciate that one. That was originally called I Love You, I Need You.
Okay.
And so like whenever people say Reminisce, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
let's
like,
go.
which one was that again?
I'm about to actually do that live for the first time.
Oh, hell yeah.
No backtracks, nothing, which is scaring the shit out of me. But yeah, I'm doing it at Ronald Records this Friday
Oh,
for
hell
the
yeah.
Mob Rule show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out Mob Rule.
Yeah, shout out
And
Mob
Ronald
Rule for
Records.
shit.
Shout out Ronald Records.
Hell yeah, shout out Ronald Records. All right, y'all. I have one last question, and this isn't about the album per se, but before we wrap it up, this wasn't baked into the questions originally, so I wanted to circle back because this is kind of a big one. This is how I've been ending the artist focus segment recently, and I'm really curious to know your guys' answers. So we're going to sneak in an interview question here real quick.
Yeah.
What is it about music that just matters the most? It's the thing that keeps, not like what comes from like doing music, so not like a response, but when you're in the thick of it, when you're like in the process, what is the thing that like makes you want to keep doing it?
It was me? Oh shit. I think it's just that point where like if I'm making a beat and say I'm in like the other room with someone and someone just starts bobbing their head,
Mhm.
love that shit.
Mhm.
I mean like, okay, yeah, this is something good. Okay,
Yep,
cool.
yep.
Let's keep on working on this, keep on going.
Yeah, that subconscious involuntary bob.
Yeah. And just like if I can feel it, like shit, I'll be making some beats sometimes, low key, making me emotional and shit. That shit happened with the Care About thing. I remember when we
Made me
played
really
at the
emotional.
little listening party, I was like starting to tear up and shit. I was like,
That
oh,
song made me
God.
really emotional the first like 10 times I listened to it.
Mhm.
First time I performed it, I almost cried.
Damn.
Like, it was really hard. I don't know if you watched me, but I shook you up the first time I performed it at the Los Juanes show.
Yeah.
And I literally, right after I shook you up, I went like this and wiped my eyes
bro,
because
I
I
can't
was like
remember.
about to cry. It was like, damn, I could not believe I'm saying this shit in front of so many people.
I got too fucked up that night. I don't know if I remember that completely.
There's a video of it.
There is?
Yeah, there is a video of it. I remember watching the video and be like, damn, thank God I didn't cry. It's a release for me. It's like it's. I said it actually in a different interview, and I say it and care about.
That wasn't at Spark and Park.
Park and Spark,
Or
yes
Park and
sir.
Spark, yep.
Yes sir. It's therapy at the end of the day for me. I hate a therapist. I just hate it. I can't go to a therapist. My whole family wants me to go to a therapist, and I'm just like, damn, bro, like I can't do it. I went to therapist when I was a kid. I don't like it. Not to say that it's not for other people.
Yeah, it's just not for you.
It's great. Therapy's great.
Yeah.
Go to therapy. Go to a counselor if you have problems. 100%. But it's not for me. I've tried it. I've tried it out. I've even tried it in my adult years, and it's just not my cup of tea. I gotta do something else. So going into a dark room with a microphone, I got somebody in my ear talking to me, saying like, hey, you good? Just let it out. It's all good. Like Zach at 11, like that man, like he'll just be like, yo, you good? Let it out. Go. All right. If I don't want him to say shit, or he'll joke with me if I need it, and then I'm feeling bad after a song, he'll just throw a joke in there. I feel a lot better. But it is fucking therapy because I'm sitting there talking about, like, there are songs that I write that nobody will fucking hear, like 100%. And some of them aren't even over you don't even know, because I'll write shit over just YouTube beats like nobody even needs to hear. I won't even record them. It's just like, it literally is therapy at that point. It's such a release for me because, yeah, I got a lot going on in my head. I really fucking do. And so to like let that out without affecting somebody else, because like I get why people go to therapists. It's like, cool, it's an unbiased person. You're not going to affect them with your words, whatever. Yeah, I don't want to go to my girlfriend and, like, just let all my anger out at her and, like, vent and be like, what the fuck? I hate my life. No.
Yeah.
And then she has to, like, yeah, I'm not, like, yelling at her, but she has to sit here and see me like that, which is, like, people don't want to go through that. Or if I did that to Jack and I just sat there and told Jack all my fucking problems, eventually he would be like, a little like, damn, oh my God, I don't want to hear this, bro. Like, or he'll just feel fucking bad for me. Like, I don't need that. I just want to get my shit out. I want to talk my shit, get on a microphone, whether that I'm mad, whether I'm sad, whether I'm happy, and just
decompress.
Let it go. After that, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've had issues with artists. I'll go in the booth, say some shit. I don't even have to put it out. Say my shit, say my piece on some shit or whatever, and just feel like, okay, I let it out, I'm good. Then I don't even have to fucking worry about it anymore. I'm able to let it go. Have beef with my own family. Say some shit, let it go. As long as I know I got it out in that booth just alone, I'm good. It's weird.
I can't think of the practice that reminds. It's like when you put stuff on paper and then you put it in a bowl, you light it on fire.
Yeah.
It's like
no,
that.
it's like that.
It's
yeah,
like that,
I just have to let it go. I'd have to just get it there and let it go.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really weird. And it's like, yeah, I could say it even in my bathroom alone, but it's different when I'm in a booth with a microphone.
No, I feel that.
Doesn't even need to be recording. It just is like,
it's just the placebo effect of the mic being there.
I think so. The mic being there and then like being in just like a dark room, and I think the padding helps. I'm able to just fucking yell if I need to, or like whatever. I mean, I recorded a hella aggressive song the other day, just like screaming. Shout out 2 Flights. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, shout out Rage Nest. It's gonna be fun.
Well, hey, why don't we use that as a great segue? Why don't we talk about what's coming up next? What do you guys have coming up, say like end of October moving onwards?
So much. So much. I need to plan my life.
I can't remember everything. Can't lie. We
What's coming up soon? What's coming up in November?
Oh,
I mean, we got the Ronald Records show this Friday.
Yeah.
We got Rage Nest Jason B. Shout out Jason B.
Shout out
That's
Jason
The
B.
guy.
That's November 4th. No, there's
November something.
Okay.
I also got I'm putting together a with Kushos. I'm putting together Halloweenville. Shout out Hitch Vincent too.
Yeah, shout out Hitch.
Putting together a Friday the 13th show over here at Los Juanes, and that's almost all set to go. We got the flyer out and everything, and that's a ton of punk bands, bringing all the punk bands to Vancouver. Happy Deathmen, Splinterhead,
Hell yeah.
Keddy's Resort. That'll be fun. That's like my first experience, just not even performing. I'm just helping put on a show for fun and hope that goes well so I can teach myself more.
Hell yeah.
This fool got us a interview on the radio.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. We still need to plan that out too. But no, I used to go to a college up in Ellensburg, Washington.
Okay.
And
He's
they
a
have
college
like a
boy. Frat boy. Frat boy fool.
this guy. No, but they have like a pretty well known, like country renowned radio station. And,
Okay. Hell yeah.
my sister's actually really in touch with one of the radio hosts there, so she kind of hooked it up.
Oh fuck yeah.
Spot. So we're gonna do an interview there hopefully soon.
That's rad.
Yeah.
On November 14th, we got Rainbow City with Figure 8 too.
There
Shout
it
out
is.
Figure 8.
Hell yeah.
That'll be a fun one. Yeah, we got a lot coming up. We've been working.
Recording a little bit too.
Hell yeah. All right, and then for this next one, go ahead and look at the camera and just tell people how they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Hooliganjewls. You can find me on TikTok at Hooliganjewls. I don't really use TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at Hooliganjewls.
You can find me on Instagram at One Damn Fool, and then I forgot to plug this last time. My SoundCloud is also at One Damn Fool, so got some tracks up there. So if you want to give that a listen, just hit that up,
Hooliganjewls
leave a
on all
like and a comment on
platforms.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then any other plugs, any other shout outs, anybody else you want to put on while you're on here?
Shout out all the homies. Shout out my girl.
Oh,
Shout
the
out,
mic.
shout out my girl.
You want to make sure you get that one for sure.
Yeah, shout out my girl.
Shout out my girlfriend too. I love you.
Yo, shout out both their girlfriends. I'm double down just for them on this one.
Shout out Mally. I'm about to link up with Mally. I haven't shout out my boy out, Mr. Money.
Shout out Garrett and the Holy Catholic Redeemers Club, I think is the band name. They're killing it.
Hell yeah. Shout out my manager, Zay. Zay's my manager, if you didn't know.
Oh shit, I did know that.
Yeah, that's my cousin, too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I did know that too.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
that
it's
all
my
came out in
dog.
his interview.
It's my dog. Shout out Zay. Shout out Jace. You know, that's his best friend. Bro, be out. Shout out Bishop Saya. All the
Hell
normal
yeah, shout out
homies.
Bishop, shout out Shia.
Shout out Donnie. He just finished his first fucking marathon.
Shout
You're
out,
the man.
shout out Donnie.
You're the
Bro,
man.
we're in a marathon. I couldn't do that. I'll
Damn.
throw up, bro. I'm fat. It's not right.
I was winded walking down the street, bro. I don't
Shout
understand that.
out my auntie and my grandpa and my cousins and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out my mom and dad too.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and officially wrap this up. I'm going to steal the camera for just a second. As always, y'all, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. And with that being said, we don't really have a different ending question for this. So, y'all have any other guilty pleasure songs you want to plug on here?
My girlfriend was giving me shit about the one I was given.
Oh, okay.
She was like, "That's not a guilty pleasure song. That's just a good ass song."
It's very true.
See? So
Very
then
true.
let's
I have to come up with a
redeem
different-
yourself then.
Shit. Let's see here. Julian, you got another one while I look?
Trying to think.
You got to have another one up in there.
Trying to think of something like I truly listen to. That's what I'm trying to think. Like I
I
got
mean,
some funny.
it's
ass
something you
songs.
can just like vibe with. It's not something you have to like put on your heavy rotation. But like something that, like if ABBA came on and everybody was like, nah, and you were like, yeah. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Scatterbrain by Jeff Beck.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've been getting into jazz fusion a lot recently. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Do you like Bella Fleck and the Flecktones at all?
I don't know if I know that.
Listen to this interview at Bella Fleck and the Flecktones.
I'll
Trust
give
me.
it a listen.
Yeah.
Daniel Johnston. True love will find you in the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. See, y'all's guilty pleasure songs just quality music.
I love it.
But that's all right. That's the point of it. A lot of times I ask that question, people are like, what do you think I mean? Oh, I'm not guilty about music. No, it's what are those songs that like they just feel good outside of the norm?
Ooh, or Dirty Dom and the Roaches. What's that? Borracho.
Oh, Smoko by the Chats, dude.
Okay.
I love that song, dude.
Borracho, bro. That song's hilarious. Shout out Chris, bro. Shout out Cam. It's a skate park song.
Okay.
It's hilarious. So basically this drunk country singer who's acting like he's speaking Spanish the entire time, but then he ends everything with borracho. So like, and like some things is real, like mi family es borracho. Like he just like makes up words, and then by the end he's like, "Abarazo es borracho, borracho," and he's just screaming that over and over.
Oh my god.
Which, if you don't know, that just means like drunk.
Ah,
Which is fucking like whole time he's just screaming like drunk.
it makes sense. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get up on out of here. You guys, thank you so much for coming through and talk about the album for a bit.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of
Hell
course,
yeah.
thank you for having us.
Hell yeah. This has been another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jam Box. I'm Jimmy,
I'm Hooligan.
I'm Fool.
and we're signing off. Later, y'all.
That's a wrap. This is not a podcast. This is a show. Keep jamming.